All right, so today's homework is on decimal operations. This time we're multiplying and dividing decimals, okay? So let me slide this up just a little bit. All right, so when you are multiplying decimals, you line up by the number. You see how they are lining up by the number here? Lining up by the number. They are not lining up by the decimal like we did with adding and subtraction. They're lining up by the numbers. Okay, just line up by the numbers. All right, and then you multiply the first number times all of the numbers. The first number, the second number, sorry, the last number goes first. So you're going to take this last number here and multiply it times all of these. Okay, then put a 0 here. And then do the second number, put a 0 in that first place. Do the second number the same way, multiply each of them. Then do the third number the same way, put two zeros here and multiply by each of them. You've done that part before. Okay, you have done that part before. So we're going to do multiplication problem first. I keep making a mark. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay, so now with division, your number that's inside is called your dividend, and the number that's on the outside of the division symbol is called the divisor. Your divisor, what you're here cannot be, must be a whole number. So you're going to take the decimal and you're going to move the decimal to behind the last number. Okay, so here you're going to take and move the decimal one time. Well, if you move, however many times you move the decimal in the divisor, you have to do it the same number of times in the dividend. Okay, so if I move it once here in the divisor, I have to also move it once here. Now, does it matter if the dividend is a whole number or not? It doesn't, as long as the divisor is. So then we would multiply the 21, okay, times the 84 and keep it moving in that direction. I don't know. When we get to that, we'll see exactly what they did because it looks kind of funny here, okay? So no worries. No worries, okay? All right, so let's go to a multiplication problem first, and then we'll go and do a division. Okay. So here we're going to multiply. This little dot is another way to write multiplication. I usually like to write a dot with parentheses because the little x looks like the letter x or a variable x. So we try to steer away in algebra from using the x for multiplication and use the dot, the multiplication, or the words of can also mean multiplication. So we have 4, slide this up just a little bit, 4 and 84 hundredths times, and since I'm using old school multiplication, I am going to put the times table there. And I have to line up by the number, so put the 6 under here, put the 8 under this second number, and it just so happens that it kind of lines up, doesn't it? It looks like it does, but we're lining up by the numbers. All right, so let's multiply. When we multiply, we'll multiply 6 first. So we say 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 6 times, do this right here, 6 times this 8 is 48, 49, 50, add the 2. Add the number that you carry. Then we have 6 times 4 is 24. Then plus the 5. Remember 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay. All right. $29. What am I doing there? Counted 4 times instead of 5, didn't I? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, so let's move to the next number. Slide this up a little bit. Okay, so now we're doing the 8. So put a 0 here and multiply the 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Let me erase these numbers so I can have some space. Okay. 8 times 8, 64, 65, 66, 67. Okay. And then 8 times 4 is 32. Then 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Okay. Now we're going to add. Okay. So now when we add here, we get my cursor. We're adding here. So this gives us 4. And put an addition sign here, okay? And then that gives us 2 in the next column. That gives us 16. That gives us 8, 9, 10, 11. And that gives us 4. So now the last step is to place the decimal. In the first number, there are 2 decimal spaces. The second number, there are also 2 decimal spaces. So the total number of decimal spaces is 4. So our answer is going to have 4 decimal spaces as well. Okay, so here, start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is going to be 4 and 1,624 10 thousandths. Because that's the 10 thousandths place, okay? The 4, the last number, is in the 10 thousandths place. So the first number, see, this is the 10th place, the hundredths place, the thousandths place, and this is the 10 thousandths place. So this is our answer here, okay? All right, so now let's look at the division. Let's look at division. Let's see, where is the division one at? Yeah. Oh, there's one. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's divide. Okay, so this first number, 5, 7,728 10 thousandths. And this number is 6 and 4 tenths. All right, so remember you cannot have, oh, just a little bit. You can, the divisor, the number that's on the outside has to be a whole number. So we are going to move it one space over to make it a whole number. So if we move the divisor one space, we have to move the dividend one space as well. Okay? So really what we have, and I'm going to erase this, is 64. I mean to cover that. And then here we have 57 and some change. Decimal goes here. All right, so how many times will 64 go into 57? It won't. So it won't go into 57, but it will go into 577. So let's try it. How many times will it go? So we got 577, and we want to see how many times 64 will go into it. So let's try 9 and see what we get. Let's try 9. So let's do 64 over to the side. Let's try 9 times 9. So let's do 64 times 9. That gives us 576. So let's put the 9 right above the 7, the third 7 that makes it the 576. Okay, I mean 577. So 9 times 64 is going to be 5, 7, 6. So we subtract, and we get 1 left over, and we're bringing down 2. Okay. 64 will not go into 12, so put 0 here. 64. Let's put do it the proper way. Okay. Now we got 128. How many times will 64 go into 128? So we say 128 divided by the 64, and that gives us 2, right? So let's do 64 times 2. Old school, right? 64 times the 2. Right, and we already said that gives us 128. And this is 0. So then the last step is to just bring up the decimal. So our answer here is going to be, I'll write it again here so you can see it better, 902 thousandths, THS, because this 2 is in the thousandths place. All right. Okay, if you have questions, you can text me and remind. Go through the steps again, watch it again if you need to. Just let me know if you're struggling. Okay? All right, have a good one.